This is a replay of a sailboat race recorded with the free raceQs smartphone app. On the right-hand side here in the dashboard, you can see histograms showing a smattering of all the data points that were recorded for the last 2 minutes. The way these histograms work, the darker spot on the histogram is where you were the most, because that's showing the most data points recorded. For example, if you look at the VMG at the top, the darker part of the histogram is at 1. So that means most of the time your VMG was 1. You can also see a red arrow and a black arrow underneath most of the histograms. The small black arrow shows you the average of where you were for the last 2 minutes, and the red arrow shows what the program predicted you should have been doing. The red line moving around shows what you're doing at this moment in the replay. Let's look at the individual headings. First, we have your VMG, or your velocity made good. This is a reading that's calculated with various factors, but basically it's how much of your speed actually went towards getting you where you're going, like when you're sailing upwind towards the mark. The next thing that we have is your speed over the ground. This is different than your speed through the water, which is affected by current. Your speed over the ground is the speed that your GPS records in your phone. The next thing we have is your course over the ground. This is the direction that your boat is actually moving compared to your compass heading, which is where your bow is pointed. It's a bit confusing for people. You can see it indicated in the animation over to the left here. The white line coming out of the boat is the compass heading, and whereas the green line is your course over the ground, or where you actually went. Using these two measurements, we can calculate the next one, which is your drift. That's basically how far you're being pushed off of the course that you intended. The last thing here is your heel. The phone app is very advanced, and it uses your phone's built-in technology to track the heel of your boat. This is incredibly useful for evaluating your performance. We all know that in order to sail your boat fast, you want it to be flat. The movements that you see here mirror the exact movements that your boat made while you were racing. So you can watch this animation and compare it to things like your speed and your VMG to evaluate your sailing performance. Download the app for free at raceQs.com and try it out this weekend.